right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the stream. We do have a game now finally coming at you here. The draft is underway. Our second game into the group stages on our secondary stream. We got Invictus Gaming versus Vici Gaming here. And another best of one, of course, this being the round robin. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Z-Rock here. Z-Rock, are you busy still? Are you actually, you ready? Yeah, you're sleeping there? Okay, well, wake up. We got a match finally.
Oh, what, Dota?
Dota's happening.
Oh,
Weird.
nice. All right.
I know, right? It's like,
man,
these lands sometimes can have their issues. And it kind of sucks, too, on top of the fact that we had a pretty stompy game in game number one. But this should be a little closer.
I mean, that's a part of it. It is a land. Takes some time to move around.
Yeah.
But, you know, and we don't have content to go in between and different things like that. Makes it feel a lot longer between the games, but we do have one huge benefit. We got confirmation from the admins, and we are basically live, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone watching in chat, the 5-minute delay has been removed.
5 seconds.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I was actually making a point of that as I did restart the stream right there. It's not often we get to cast actual tournament matches and kind of, you know, be in real time with the chat. So it's always nice looking out for chat and seeing what they say, some smart things that they say very rarely, but, you know, sometimes, and, you know, using it for yourself. And then
don't you dare insult our 11K Twitch audience.
They're pretty good, I'm sure.
All right. Well, these bands look fairly familiar. Clockwork, Nightstalker, Nyx, nothing out of the ordinary there, but that's a Faceless Void band.
Yeah.
Maybe they watched the last game?
See, I was just about to say that. It's like, I don't know. That's them watching the last game. Now, to be fair, these are two same region teams going at it in China, of course, IG versus Vici. I'm sure they have a lot of history. Maybe a little bit of something there as far as the Faceless band, but
possibly.
My best guess.
All right. This is, in my opinion, the underrated hero that's going to be first pick, first band material soon. That is Earthshaker. Just super strong right now. Can bully a carry if the supports ever leave. Tons of kill pressure, does a lot with just a blink, but also does a lot more with 6 items. I think the hero's just nuts right now. The only issue with him is if he gets fully zoned out of the offlane.
Yeah.
If he gets nothing, life is hard. But with Fisher holding your wave back, usually not a huge problem.
I noticed across the regions he was actually seeing a fair amount of action, as you mentioned, in that offlane especially. So another one of these exciting heroes that I'm just fine that we get to see more of, and Vici Gaming taking advantage of that with the Rubik. Of course, the first pick, Sand King, we were mentioning the patch just came out, and Sand King was one of those heroes that did take a little bit of a hit there. The Caustic Finale timer damage was Caustic Finale timer damage from... Oh, so the damage
basically
is
the explosion.
Decreased. Okay.
Yeah, if they run away, the running away explosion is less.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Earthshaker, man, I mean, if Swindle can get front page Reddit posts on that hero, you know he's good. In reality, it's fun. It's nuts. The Sand King nerfs are going to hit him pretty hard. A lot of the damage he dealt was just getting a bunch of points in Caustic early. He just taps a carrier, a support, and runs away. Used to do a lot more damage, but still does some. But yeah, that's a very early death profit on the side of IG here.
That is.
5 seconds
That's
remaining.
not a typical hero. A lot of cases as the mid option, though, you figure a strong mid. I mean, as far as laning goes, I feel like she can compete up there with the best of them, you know, with that Spirit Siphon as well as the Crypt Swarm. But as you mentioned, it's early. So this is going to give a chance now to Vici to respond. Is that what you're getting at?
I mean, my dismay with this hero in general has been broadcast throughout the ages. Yes, it's hard to gank middle. It doesn't lose a lot of matchups super hard, but her roam potential is almost 0. Her damage in a team fight is so reliant on her ultimate. It's like an Enigma, but worse as far as how reliant on the ult they are to actually be useful. So I'm really curious to see what IG chooses to do with this. Maybe they go something like a Shadow Shaman in the second phase here and just look to put a ton of pressure on with push potential. But overall, I gotta say, I haven't been very impressed with Death Prophet as a hero in a long time.
I do think her skill set is overall pretty strong, and the Crypt Swarm is a great laning tool, and then even throughout the game, excellent for farm and just nice harassment even. I mean, level 4 of the ability, it's a 5-second cooldown. Can use it pretty frequently when it comes to team fights. And, you know, if you do get something like, I know it's banned, but something like that Chronosphere to lock people down, that could be a lot of damage. And their silence, I also think is something you can't overlook either. A 6-second silence and an AoE on top of that, pretty damn strong.
Yeah, the silence is the X factor to DP. Teams that build enough CC around Death Prophet, get good silences off, and have the damage to make it matter, they can be good. the silence is a very large AoE. It's a very long duration.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it's just going to depend on how IG wants to actually move around the map and how they want to play this.
Back-to-back games, we get a Phoenix, and Vici going to be playing it here.
Interesting.
So no tree protector this game.
And another game without really a true 4-role roamer. Like, Rubik can go gank, but it's nothing like an Earth Spirit or a Clockwork or something like that.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
And maybe they just think the DP is too hard to gank. You know, it's just not worth trying to roam into her, or you get double Soul Siphon and potentially just die.
Yeah. Could be a little scary. As you mentioned, that Soul Siphon is Spirit Siphon even is an ability that you do have to be careful of. It's one of those you think you have the kill, and all of a sudden you don't, and then you're being turned on kind of abilities.
And then she's like 2/3 health at the end of it. It's ugh.
Yeah.
5
Silencer
seconds remaining.
coming out here for IG is, I mean, obviously it's not going to be a mid silencer. Safe lane maybe, but you'd probably figure a 5 position here.
I would assume 5. Gary Silencer looks pretty good here, though. Although Silencer's just so good into Phoenix as a hero. If you get the last word on Phoenix before the dive, Phoenix gets silenced for the entire dive and ends up back where he started. She started? I don't know. You can also global to stop Supernova. It's just really hard to play Phoenix into Silencer.
The global is going to be really good this game. You mentioned Phoenix, Earthshaker, and Rubik are also going to fall victim to that. Ideally, Earthshaker especially, you get that off before he gets that big Echo Slam, is the idea now. Okay, and that's easier said than done. If he has that blink, he's going to be setting up to try to get the position, and then you might be delayed as a silencer because of that. Yeah. But that's kind of the concept.
That actually makes me like 5 Silencer even better here, though, because if he's a 5 position, you don't need much other than the global. So he could sit in like Mexico and just wait. You know, so far out of range of the Shaker's initiation that, yeah, Shaker gets an Echo, but there's no follow-up Enchant Totem, there's no follow-up Fisher. You can just global that from across the map.
Yeah.
So, I like the idea of running it as a support here. The DK, though, from Vici, this is going to be the counter to IG's Death Prophet. This is their version of the tempo hero that uses an ult, so I like the pick. It's not going to die. The mid lane might be the most boring matchup we've seen in a decade, but we'll get through it, and we'll have to see who can use the ults better. DK, overall, I think is a little more flexible than DP, but Vici's lineup just looks hard to kill. That's a lot of stuns.
Yeah,
it's
tanky.
2 very tanky front heroes. Yeah, this is looking good for them so far.
They have null field even from Rubik to an extent. That's going to help with that idea. So.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's most certainly one that could be difficult to kill. Now, Troll Warlord bringing that physical damage as even another hero that's good against a Phoenix. Of course, the Supernova, if he gets that off, he just pounds into it quickly and can kill it. So they like their one position Troll here.
And it's super good at killing Phoenix Egg. Like, you press Battle Trance and just right-click it and it falls over. It's wonderful. But there is a lot of peel to stop him from getting there. I like the idea of the Troll. I think it's what they need to fit their draft, but we'll see if he gets just frozen. Even when he gets BKB, if a good Fisher goes off, you can waste 3-4 seconds of that with Troll having to run in circles around it. So if you're IG, you think they're looking for an offlaner here. Darkseer is still in the pool. Something that's just, I mean, repeatedly nerfed. It's a meme at this point. But I feel like you have to have your lanes shoved on the side of IG. You always want to be pressuring into their buildings so that the threat of Exorcism is there, the threat of a split push from Troll. And I guess Darkseer is probably the best option I can see left to do that. The other options, if they want some more team fight presence, you grab something like a Nyx that can really screw up the Earthshaker's initiation.
Yeah.
Phoenix is inevitably going to eat a Carapace. Even DK, once he hits 11, he's going to splash on the Nyx and stun himself.
I think they could use a little more crowd control. In fact, both teams are a little. I guess
Vici has a ton.
Vici's pretty good, yeah. Invictus Gaming though is a little lacking here, so that's where I was kind of leaning towards the offlane. Like that Nyx, like you said, I think could be the nice pick here. Darkseer is not necessarily going to bring that to the table, but they ban out Razor. That's right. Vici does need a safe lane, so they were scared of the safe lane Razor here. Trying to leave them with a.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, I'm a little nervous for Vici if they pick up something like a Terrorblade here. A lot of teams think, okay, we got enough to protect them. We'll go at TB and it'll all be fine. That hero just doesn't do enough damage to win games anymore. Like, was TB lowest win rate carry from the qualifiers. I don't know. He lost almost every game I watched.
Terrorblade, yeah. I did not see him much, and here I can check real quick.
It didn't do well.
I have it up. He played 16 games. Not a lot. He's down there on the list, but he had a 56% win percentage.
Oh, he did win more than he lost. Okay.
Yeah. How significant those games were is another story. Magnus.
All right. So what this means from IG, their lineup is really, really baity. They want to get DP super tanky, and DP's just going to exorcism with everybody behind her, like out of range behind her. And as soon as they initiate on DP, you've got Global, you have Blink Burrow Strike, you have Blink RP. Their goal is going to be just to get, called that pick from a mile away. But yeah, that actually brings this IG draft together a lot, and it really makes it known what they want to do. If DP falls behind, they're going to be in trouble. If she is explodable, if she's burstable, game's going to be hard. But if they can get her up to that tank status, I'm really liking where they're at in this game.
Yeah, something like a Yules, especially on Death Prophet, I feel like it's a nice core item to have earlier on in the game. Both a surviving tool, but also that allows for that exorcism to deal damage while she's flying in the air. Immune to everything.
I don't want to see Yules, some type of an HP item, and then Shiva's. Like, Shiva's looks so good here.
Mm-hmm. I noticed this being brought up in chat, guys. By the way, it's for Vici Gaming over here. They are playing, once again, without Hao as well as Schwan. You have End and FY replacing them. Whether or not that's permanent or that's just for this event, I don't know 100%, but that is End playing the Terrorblade here. To clarify,
we always have that reliable source of Liquipedia.
It's a good site, man.
What they say.
Into the pause. I like the Magnus final pick, though. I think that is a good idea of the crowd control, but also, it sets up a nice Sand King epicenter, which is big, and the Empower, of course, is going to be great on a hero like Troll Warlord this game. So,
yeah,
actually, a really good final pick.
Yeah. Okay. So they are still stand-ins at this point. Well, shall we talk about early smoke rotations, or would you like to read off some hero names?
Let's make that a thing. Let's do the whole intro here.
I like it. Yeah, people haven't done it since AC. It's been too many years.
On VG Gaming, Amy playing the Phoenix. We have Yang on the Earthshaker. Again, that's End playing Terrorblade, standing in currently, or maybe replaced. We're not 100% sure. Ori on the Dragonite, and FY, another one of those players, on the 5 support Rubik here with a pretty... What is the skin, by the way, on FY? It's like replicating him to an extent.
Oh, yeah, that one's cool.
Anyways, all right,
it's
so that's
like not even an immortal either.
Yeah.
It's just a weird mask. But, yeah. It is cool. All right, well, over on the IG side, we've got Q on Silencer, OP on Death Prophet, XXS is on Magnus, Baboka on the Sand King, and we got Burning on the Troll. It's not quite anti-mage, but coupled with Magnus Cleave, could be pretty close.
Yeah.
You just need a Blink Dagger, and it's like, ghetto anti-mage.
Are you lagging as well?
No.
Well, they're kind of like... Oh, yeah, God, I have 400 ping to the server.
Oh, I do too.
Okay.
I have a ton of ping, but yeah, I have no loss right now.
All right, so hopefully that cleans up a little bit. Yeah, it's always, in team fights, that's bound to happen, but it's usually not bad until that happens. All right.
Look at Baboka's positioning here. He is hell-bent on getting this courier.
He wants it. Do they see him? They have no clue that he's here, of course.
No, he's so deep in the juke spot there. You have to be all the way up in those trees to see him.
Yeah. On the other side, though, we saw last game both sides lost their courier, and so it seems like popular here.
That's going to happen again. VG's going for it.
Amy wants this courier. Oh, he's going for the
No, taking the safe approach. Yeah, wants it on the way back to make sure. If you go out a little early and they juke it, especially with a 0 armor Phoenix, a couple tower shots and you just die. So getting it on the way back is just safer.
I just
dive. Beautiful.
Did he get it? I actually DC'd from the server, so I'm like trying to reconnect right now.
Oh yeah, so gets the first hit, drags a creep wave, has to Phoenix dive under the tower, but basically gets the auto off and TP's mid dive. Gets out with about 100 HP to spare. So dead courier there. Dragon Knight doesn't even need the courier. Early point in Dragon Blood, decided to just wait for a bottle. So unfortunately the SK's efforts were in vain.
Alright, I'm going to restart my game here, so yeah.
Alright, well we got an audio cast here. Down in the bottom lane, we do see the Terrorblade blowing a very early Metamorphosis, just trying to get a little bit of pressure on XSS. Doesn't really do too much, to be perfectly honest. Does get him to blow a salve, so that's something. Up in the top lane, Burning's just farming away. Earthshaker did block a wave, so he's gotten level 2.5 already. Pretty nice little start for an offlane Earthshaker, but it does mean a double wave's crashing in here for IG. Mid lane matchup is just boring as can be. 9-1 to 7-5. Pretty much going to be how this goes. But in this game, I think the real X factors are going to be Sand King's blink timing and Earthshaker getting enough out of this offlane. As long as those two things come to light, we're going to have a really exciting game.
All right.
Dire's top tower
Should be good. We're back in. There we go. Okay, it seems like other people were DCing too, actually. Okay, but luckily you were still in. Nice radio cast there. That middle lane, though.
You're listening to Z-Rock 92.5. Bringing you into those late night hours.
Damn.
That should help.
OP on Death Prophet. Just going to put in that harassment, of course, the Dragon Knight. But only so much you can do against that Dragon Blood passive.
Double damage.
Yeah, so it's almost like it's not even worth putting in the auto attacks. He is going to Spirit Siphon, though, and do some damage that way, but keeping his distance as Rubik comes in. And
yeah, there will be one. Oh, man. Are they going for a dive on top here? It looks like they are.
Well, radio cast.
Oh, you DC'd again.
I DC'd again.
Well, they did post up for a dive. Yang managed to get into the juke spot on the left-hand side. And with Fisher still at the ready, IG just decides to not potentially have a disastrous dive under the tower. Backs up to relative safety. We do see FY roaming up here. Is going to just sit on the high ground waiting for nothing. I don't know, just trying to keep Yang safe. Yang's got some actual farm here. Yang did fly himself out of very early Iron Talon. I appreciate the idea. It means he is going to have at least some guaranteed progression to his blink, which is going to be absolutely crucial for them. Yeah, this mid lane matchup is literally just, if you're below 3/4 on OP, you just Spirit Siphon, get back to full, make sure you're never going to die. Or you should never die anyway. So, nice and relaxing. But all in all, very even game. We see 10 CS basically on both offlaners. A little bit more pressure on the TB, just due to how much they pulled this Rubik off, running around the various lanes here. And this is actually going to be a bit scary for VG. You're giving this Magnus a lot of levels in the early game.
I don't know. I restart my game, I come back in, it works for like...
You have a ton of packet loss.
Yeah. I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. You just have a bunk connection to the server. I think restarting Steam might change your potential server.
Yeah, let's try that then. I'll try restarting Steam here. I mean, I honestly, I guess worst case, I could just watch it through the HL or the Dota TV. See if that would work even better, but... So we'd watch it with the delay on that side.
Yeah. Am I going to keep trying to radio cast for a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I mean...
It's always an interesting experience. All right, fantastic. All in all, still a 0-0 game. I imagine both teams are just going to be farming this one out here. They both have core items they want to hit. One of the big X factors we're going to be looking at here is what the DP goes first in her mid lane. We've seen some people go Arcane Boots looking to go into a Bloodstone, so that once their exorcism is done, if they need to tactically suicide, I think that's the only hero I've seen intentionally press the suicide button. But I would like to see Phase Boots here early on. The DP needs to save her mana just to Spirit Siphon to keep her health up. Phase Boots will let her contest the Dragon Knight a whole lot more. But at the moment, just some Brown Boots, nothing queued up. We see the difference in the offlaners here. We've got Shaker grabbed an Iron Talon to keep his jungle progression going. Magnus, on the other hand, Soul Ring. That is the greedier version of Iron Talon when you think you can stay in lane enough to nuke stuff down. And at this point, absolutely getting his wish. 23 CS already on this Magnus. Having one hell of an offlane. If we take a look at the supports here, the Silencer is actually trying to push off the Earthshaker, who managed to get off a pull onto his hard camp. We usually don't see that in the offlane. It's just way too hard to do. But we do see a lift up onto Silencer. Fisher coming down. Can Phoenix Sunray burn him down? Trying, it's close. It is the first blood. FY will pick that up on Q. Right as Breaky reconnects the game.
Right as we're back in. I tried to catch it as we're going in right there, but
Radiant's top tower is
and I just DC'd again. Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Oh man.
I think we might have to again
Drop
join.
out and try to
Yeah,
cast
join
it.
through the HLTB.
Try it.
to the
Try
TV.
it for a minute and see how it works for you. You can do it without actually leaving the game.
I can do
so-
that. Okay.
Yep.
I could not watch this game at this time. That's actually
All right, just keep you guys posted. We did see a dive in the mid lane. Terrorblade does fall off of a rotation there, as does Phoenix. So a great rotation from IG, leading to 2 kills. First use of Exorcism. Huge, huge payoff here for IG. And again, we apologize, guys. This is a remote coverage event. We're doing our best, but Chinese servers sometimes don't like to cooperate on American soil.
I know people are trying to give suggestions, but suggesting for me to just let you show what you're seeing, that doesn't work like that, guys. It's not,
No.
you can just switch over.
Yeah, just
that
stream
easily.
it off Skype screen share. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, for those that don't know, we can run over that. Nothing's happening in the game.
Okay, I'm in the Dota TV, so
That should count.
Looking okay?
for now it's looking okay.
All right, we'll just both stay in the game and watch it from Dota TV for now. If that goes bad, then we'll
Yeah.
try to figure something else.
Okay, so
I
obviously,
just want this. Oh, man. I cannot watch this game
Yeah.
at this time. Oh, boy.
unfortunately, yeah, no, I had to actually leave the other game, so
Oh, no.
yeah. All right, so this
All right.
is
We're going to get the whole replay.
we're technically delayed again. It's what really happened. But hey, this way we get to catch the first blood again.
Yeah, and the second and the third.
Okay, so it's been more than 10 seconds and I'm still in the server. All right. So,
You still have some loss, too.
I still have some loss. It's going down a little bit now. In fact, let me switch over to here, this other config. There we go. Okay, so back into
man.
this game now. So we're 3.5 minutes into it for this one, Vici versus IG.
All right, chat. Who gets the first blood? Who remembers?
Bet on first blood now. Middle lane, Baboka. Is this it? No, this is not it.
Oh, come on. You should remember.
No, I remember him. I'm trolling.
I'm staring at a Shadow Fiend here.
All right, so again, treat it like a cast now. Just shake it off here. Got back to normal. So we have
We'll be once I'm in.
Terrorblade. I see me reconnecting to the game. That's kind of funny. Then I disconnect again. Terrorblade, he's having a pretty good farm at the bottom lane, 18-2. But yes, this is kind of talking about Magnus here, managing pretty well, 13-4 with his farm at this point. And of course, getting him that Blink Dagger ASAP is going to be of high priority for the Dire side. But that middle matchup, Dragon Knight 29-5, now 30-5 even. He is having a very good time. Now, middle lane gang. They are going to try to set up right here. Spirit Siphon's up. There's that Burl Strike stun, but in comes the heal, if anything, for the Sunray. And yeah, Dragon Knight's just way too tanky. That with an infused rain drop at level 2. Dragon Blood, there's just no way they're killing him there at that point. So
Now, to be fair, there is some merit in just throwing enough spells at him to rip this raindrop off. It's not a super cheap consumable, and if you can take it off in the first minute or so he gets it, actually kind of hampers what he was trying to do. That extra regen is super nice in making sure you have mana to breathe fire and put a little bit more pressure on your lane. Maybe make DP miss a few CS.
So still without a first blood. 5 minutes into the game. Troll Warlord, top lane, 27-5 up here. The Earthshaker, though, 19-1. So really both off-laners actually definitely managing some very good farm early on in the game.
Yeah, the only issue here is that Yang did commit to that Iron Talon, and those are 0 essential combat stats or regen, whereas the Mag got the Soul Ring. That's going to help him out throughout the entire game, making sure he has mana for whatever he's trying to do, and just keeping him topped up on the HP side. So definitely an edge to the Mag for his item choice here, but neither offlaner is upset right now by any means.
Who's that more impactful for, you think? You know, getting that Blink Dagger online earlier on, is it the Earthshaker or the Magnus?
The blink on Shaker is more important than the blink on Mag, for sure. But overall, levels on the Mag probably matter a little bit more. Just because getting those Empower points up in the mid-game here just to help troll clear stacks is going to be very impactful.
Oh, I'm feeling a first blood. Here we
Oh
go.
man, here it comes.
There's a lift into the Sunray, into the fissure. Oh boy, yeah, he's not getting out of this one. Shocker, shocker.
Kind of close.
First blood. Yeah, he was running somewhat, but in the end, the Icarus dive
Hey,
helping
you
us secure
reconnected
it.
again.
And then I do. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, so this is how you actually... Okay, yeah. So Baboka grabs a haste out from under him.
Oh yeah, running him down. And trying to get out. Burrow Strike gets those. Spirit Siphon up. And the Sunray comes in for the heals. You see Dragonite doing all that he can. He already uses level 1 Dragon Tail. It's only so long of a stun. And Ant barely lives right there. Exorcism goes off, though. No, he doesn't end up falling as Q comes in for the cleanup with the Arcane's Curse. Now they're trying to kill Dragonite, and they will get the kill on Amy, actually, so it ends up being a 2-for-0 here in favor of Invictus Gaming, diving the middle tower. Dragonite can only do so much. He does have a Zelda Dragon form, but he chose to hold off on it there.
Yeah, he probably could have stunned Sand King right away and maybe made enough space for Terrorblade to get away from that burrow, because it was still a level 2 burrow. He maybe could have outranged it, but does fall. And this is pretty much the game plan IG need. Everyone's getting a little dumber on the side of VG, so that's good for the future.
Yeah. Terrorblade,
Yeah,
what was this about? He comes middle and he just pops meta. I guess they're just playing the push.
The pressure. DP had just used Exorcism and your Elder Dragon form is up. So the goal here is just to get this to tower as quick as you can, Dragon form, and try to take it. I don't think they quite realize how hard this would be to push into.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just a, in-your-face metamorphosis, like, all right, this is what we're doing. Kind of just stood there for a while, but, yeah, I don't know if that's actually going to work here. I mean, with the Elder Dragon form, of course, you can push those towers pretty heavily, but, yeah, they're not even going to go for it in the end. They just say, you know what, that was a bad idea. Let's just cut our losses and go elsewhere. And so Terrorblade will farm the jungle, but this is also opening up even that much more farm for the Magnus Mule. He already has the Arcane Boots and a Soul Ring here.
He's in such good shape. And these metas getting used for nothing are huge. The meta was committed basically at 2 minutes just to try to push Magnus out. Second one didn't really do anything either, and then there was that one there that helped them farm a little, but the early metas either need to be getting you a kill or decent chip damage on the bot lane tower, and they're not getting either out of those.
Yeah.
So, I did say I was nervous if VG did pick a Terrorblade.
Yep. Terrorblade is much more of this passive hero that wants to get plenty of farm earlier on in the game and, trying to finish out the Ring of Aquila currently, but that bottom tower taking some good damage back. Boca finds the Phoenix, but Phoenix quick Icarus dive and he's out. As his reaction goes, but now Rubik's just going to run in and harass a little bit too, but Q's nearby, Arcane's Curse throwing up, and going to start zoning him out now, protecting this tower. So this may end up being a bottom tower push, really, with just Magnus and the supports here.
Yeah, especially with these Arcane Boots from Magnus, the Silencer can just commit his mana to zoning somebody. And a support Silencer this early on with 4 levels, it's so much damage. If you have to be running away from him, it hurts.
Easy tower kill. Yeah, that's a bonus gold right there. XXS. Last hit credit even, so that Blink Dagger, I mean, he has 1,000 gold already saved up, again, with the Arcane Boots and the Soul Ring. As we're talking about OP middle lane, he just Spirit Siphon gets Amy to Icarus dive away.
I'm really liking these early uses of Exorcism. You're getting a little chip on the tower. They use the last one to get a couple kills. It's one of those skills that I feel like as soon as it comes off cooldown, you need to be trying to use it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. The cooldown is 145 seconds, but yeah, it's you use it earlier on in the game, especially when you're not expecting these big team fights to break out necessarily. Use it to chip that tower, but now Death Prophet is a heal going to be coming in any second, but it's almost in time. She does go down, though. I thought it was going to start kicking in. However, the Ghost could not return, and they successfully get the kill, and this should transition now into a middle tower. However, they don't have Dragon Form, but they do have meta.
Yeah, they do. That'll be more than enough.
Got the
last troll just runs in and blinds. Oh, Mag's scary enough.
Yeah, I mean, Mag, no blink yet, but
you're gonna have like a 13-minute blink Arcane Soul Ring. This is absolutely insane. This is like mid-mag farm. Better than mid-mag farm.
Look at what Troll's going for, by the way.
Is it a Mask of Madness?
Yeah, he just finished it.
That's quickly becoming the standard on Troll now. I'm really glad. It's just so good on Troll. You already have the blind, so as long as you press the W before the Mask of Madness, get the blind out, start running people down, the minus armor matters way less, and it's so much damage.
Oh no. XXS just running at FY here. Now he throws him up and throws him away in the end, but you just see how much pressure he's already able to do in a 1v1 situation here. And I think this goes back to the Terrorblade, though. Like, it felt like he was occupied either trying to push mid or just even jungling a bit.
Yeah. They pulled the Rubik so much in the early game, making him move around the map and try to help everybody else, that it just kind of neutered what they wanted with the TB. He didn't get a protected lane. They couldn't zone the Magnus out. And when you can't zone the offlaner, you got to do something with your roams. And they got that one kill on Silencer, but then they struggled.
They're also going to lose Earthshaker right there. You come in Mask of Madness, Troll Whirler, they catch him, and with the slow applied from the Arcane's Curse, not really much Earthshaker could do. He's basically out of mana at that point, so good pursuit there. And easy kill for the Troll, who, again, he's level 10 now. He's level 10 with the Mask of Madness, already another 800 or so gold saved up. No surprise he is topping the charts currently. As far as net worth goes, about 4,900 currently on him. Or he's going to push the bottom lane while this is happening, though, as far as the Elder Dragon form is activated here. So.
Are they smoking Roche already?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, his build on Troll is absolutely meant to do this. He can almost solo it with this build. And they're popping Exorcism. This is going to just plummet.
Wow, yeah, they even commit Exorcism. He is, you're right, though. Like, you like the idea of using Exorcism, every cooldown, and OP's definitely living up to that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything big. You just need to use it on cooldown, because every time it's up and not being used, you're wasting resources. So use it to get something. One kill, a Roche, a single building. Like, if they can keep this tempo up, where pretty much every 2 minutes they're doing something, that's a great pace on the game for them.
Yeah.
And that's a 12-minute Roshan.
Something else to keep in mind, too, we're seeing this Troll and what he's doing. This is without the Empower yet, so obviously that level 4 Empower. It's level 3 now, but soon to be level 4. That's going to be thrown up soon on him.
And he's building for the Empower, too. I'm totally expecting SNY or Manta and then Scotty. He's just going to go a bunch of raw stats, a bunch of agility, and then get that Empower, which just amplifies off of that. He's going to just do so much damage.
Well, he's one of these heroes, too, that definitely benefits from this mom change, the Mask of Madness of the build-up, because he could also split up that quarterstaff and into an eventual Butterfly if he really wants to.
He can.
Rubik? Okay. Yeah, Death Prophet can't stop him.
Bloodthorn is sick on Troll,
Or
although it did get nerfed this last patch. Butterfly just kind of lost a lot of its luster. Too many other people get evasion. There's just too many ways to do it nowadays. I really do want to see Burning go Blink instead of Shadowblade, though. I think there are so many stuns on this team. You know you're going to get a BKB eventually. So getting BKB and Blink to reposition just seems so good. You're already going to do enough damage.
Speaking of Blink, it's finished on Magnus, and they're hunting. Oh, they saw this Terrorblade. Oh, no. RP's ready. Will they even need it is the question. I mean, this should be a kill. There's really nothing you can do. Shockwave comes out, and yeah, no RP even necessary. Oh, maybe. Okay, he's getting away. Never mind. Yeah, Burrow Strike from the side. Baboka had it all along, so that lack of vision.
Baboka's Blink already.
Jeez, with the Magnus.
Jeez. I mean, in all honesty, IG has the tools to start going for tier 2s and stuff already. Even though they still have 2 tier 1s to take, they should have zero fear in trying to pressure on this game already.
Yeah. Ooh, did he? No, okay. I thought Rubik might have stole Exorcism for a second, but no, that was just the Crypt Storm right there.
That would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Especially given that it was cast 145 seconds.
I had to do a double take at the ability icon there.
Burning, though, is just hammering this tier 2 bottom already.
Why not? Can they really stop it? Earthshaker, without the blink, they can't really feel confident. I mean, Troll's going to take some damage right here, actually. Oh, they're going to get the Aegis use at least. All right, that's Sunray, man. 4 damage. They want to fight this. In comes the RP on top of the Dragon Knight using the Elder Dragon form. They also caught Phoenix, so it goes down. Could not get the ultimate off. Down goes Dragon Knight as well. Metaform activated by Terrorblade. You see Burning. He's on the run. He's going to keep his distance. Now here comes the Exorcism, the Spirit Siphon, the Burrow Strike onto, and that's going to clean them both up. The Skewer right back in. The Earthshaker gets his ulti off, but it just doesn't matter right there. What a fight for IG. They only lost the Aegis. They kill 4 in return.
30 gold was the entire difference of them winning or losing that fight. Shaker was at like 22-20. If he had his blink on that, could have Fisher blink echoed, entirely different fight there.
Yeah.
But coming up just a tad short, and IG punishes heavily.
And now you have a Yule's just about finished for Death Prophet as well. But yeah, you talked about the blink on Sand King. You also got to wonder how different that fight would have been without the blink on him, because he landed that huge stun at the end that without the blink, he wouldn't have got that positioning there.
So, yeah, he did.
Farm showing up.
I was just surprised with the initial stun after the Aegis, but they basically overlapped them. The Burrow came at the same time the RP did. A little bit of miscommunication there. Didn't end up mattering, but a little strange to see.
Blink Skewer. Yep. The positioning was a little off right there. And now actually XXS is kind of wishing he didn't go that far, but he's going to be able to skewer out.
Blink Skewer is super hard.
Yeah, the timing, the turn rate and everything. Burrow Strike in, though, the Dragon. Again, the Elder Dragon form active, but man, he is melting right here. The Spirit Siphon helping with that. He will throw out the Dragon Tail, though, to get away, but taking plenty of damage there. And VG almost seems a little lost as far as what they can do, because now this is going to be another Elder Dragon form that they're really not going to get the most out of. Well, maybe. They're trying for a gank, actually.
Honestly, their goal is to run around as 4 and then try to break even or only lose 1 in a team fight. And basically, you trade IG's resources and time for your Terrorblade getting free farm. This has to be their game plan. We just take fights, potentially lose a little bit, and there's a good pick from them.
Yeah. No, that was good execution. The nice smoke into the reset in the middle, and obviously IG had no clue that was happening.
Yeah, this has to be their plan right now. You're a core group of 4, and that's all you do. Burning does manage to pick up a tier 2 in bot lane, but this TB needs a lot more time. He needs to get to Manta plus 1 more item before he's really fight ready.
Well, he's got the Yasha just about finished here. He is second in net worth overall, but Troll does have a hefty lead over him of about 2,200 here. And you see the BKB is almost finished on him, too.
Yeah, that is a... So I don't like BKB on Burning yet. I would like to see him get his movement item first, whether that's going to be Force Staff or Blink or Shadow Blade even.
Yeah.
I want to see that come up first so that when he has 10-second BKB, he can be doing the most with it. The only reason to go with BKB right now is if you think you're pushing high ground in the next, like, 5 minutes.
Well, do you think IG is... Do they feel that pressure maybe a little bit? We talked about the 4-1 strat being ran by Vici and, you know, getting that farm on Terrorblade. Is that something that IG's keeping in mind, and that's why they want to kind of push the issue here?
I mean, I think there's 2 choices. You either think that and try to push the issue now, or you save the BKB on Troll till he's 4, 5, 6 items, and then you plan on just him forever 1v1ing the TB.
Yeah.
You know, he gets big enough, maybe he picks up a Mjolnir along the way to deal with images, and just tries to permastun the TB into death. And in theory, you could take the game as late as you want if you're IG with that strat. But maybe they're just wanting to push this lead as hard as they can, and Troll already took out 2 towers bot. When the tier 2 bot is dead, it tends to make defending like the tier 1 top super difficult, just because you're drawn so far across the map to push lanes and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine IG is going to get the tier 1 top for free. That should line up pretty nicely with the next Roshan.
Invisibility.
And yeah, it's a tempo game for IG at this point. They just got to keep the tempo up.
XXS going to be lifted up. Ripstorm coming out from Rubik to assist as well. Sunray damage enough to get the kill. Or eventually the last hit right there. But they had that smoke up for a while as a matter of finding a target, and they finally found one in Magnus. So, again, Vici is really making great use of these smokes here. They're getting a lot of value smoke ganks.
Yeah,
these last couple of minutes.
They're hiding them well, too. They're not making it look like all their lanes are empty. TB's always showing, or someone's pushing out a lane. So, good job from them, especially that smoke back in mid, the one before that one.
Yeah.
That was really well executed.
Yeah, taking out the Death Prophet there. So, BKB is being delivered now to Troll, I want to say. It is on the courier. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting it. So he will have that, as mentioned. But again, you know, this is a very early BKB. So as you're talking about, you got to be almost careful as far as using it here. If you're IG, you really have to make sure it comes into great use. And they're going to smoke up themselves, it seems like. Yeah, Sand King, a 3-man smoke here. And looking for a target. So this game, teams are not afraid to use these smokes here very aggressively. And Rubik wouldn't be the best target to kill, but it's a target. Phoenix wouldn't be much better, to be fair. So, yeah, they're going to go for Rubik. They find him, and that will be a free kill. TP coming in from Earthshaker. He has that blink now, but, again, not the most crucial loss there if you're Vici Gaming.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, not too big. I mean, that's fine. You knew those 2 things were inevitable. Someone was eating that smoke gank, and your T1 was going to die.
The center initiation. The Pearl Strike catches Phoenix barely, but not close enough. So kind of a zoning epicenter, we'll say.
Sure.
From Baboka. Always thinking positive. This Exorcism is a level 2, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's doing plenty of damage. That with the Troll. That's a dead tower quickly. Death Prophet, though, the exorcism. They jump into it, trying to lock him down. It's not long enough, though, as the Global Silence comes out. Now Dragonite, Elder Dragon form, trying to run to them. The Echo Slam comes down to the back lines. Oh, the opposite, or that was the Magnus RP. He had nothing with it. He did not blink. It got disabled by something, it seemed like. So Earthshaker dies, but that was a complete whiff from XXS right there. And now FY, he's being run down. Here comes the support, though. Dragon Tail stun in Baboka. He has to run away. They do stun the Troll Warlord. FY surviving through this man some way, somehow. He is finally going to die. The Spirit Siphon, though, draining the life of Dragonite in the meantime, as OP still has plenty of life to work with. Burning, though, he has to be careful himself. Low on life, and they don't lose anyone in the end. But, oh, man, that felt like that could have been so much better for IG.
Yeah, it could have. It's just weird use. I mean, the Troll BKB'd at a very odd time there. He pressed it and then followed Rubik for like 9 seconds of the 10-second BKB. Could have turned on Phoenix and down the Phoenix real quick, but in reality, they took 2 towers middle. They killed 3 heroes in the end. It's still a huge net gain for them.
Yeah. 12,000 net worth right now for Troll Warlord. Again, that's 3,000 plus ahead of the next in that Terrorblade. So, you know, that idea he is still feeling comfortable as is IG as a team, I'm sure, but Diffusal Blade is going to be the next choice, apparently, for Troll Warlord.
Diffusal's a ton of agility, which stacks with Empower, so really just trying to itemize well with the buffs he's going to get from his Magnus. It's going to make running people down like that Rubik so much easier.
Middle lane, Silencer, support Silencer going to get picked up here, looks like. Nice find there by the Radiant side, but is that a Solar Crest I just saw? Yeah, Solar Crest just picked up in the meanwhile by Death Prophet.
I was wondering when we were going to see one. It's so good at cutting through this DK a little bit. Terrorblade also just has a ton of armor. It's a very solid item here.
Bottom lane Magnus, 1000 Enchant Totem activated initially. Does a lot of damage. Echo Slam is not up, so he doesn't have that choice if he wanted it. Another Enchant Totem. Ooh, nice blink away. Fissure's not up yet. Yeah. Well played by XXS there to ultimately get away. It was scary. Troll's doing Roshan meanwhile.
Why not? They found it was up. You got a Troll. Although the solution from Terrorblade might go scout it out. Any decent team's going to have a timer.
Break out a fight here.
Push him off.
Sand King. Oh no, Phoenix. That whirling axes as well as all the Ancients. Eventually get him killed. Echo 7 in the back lines on to Death Prophet, but not enough for the kills. The Global Silence comes out of return. Meadows, though, activated already from Terrorblade, but out comes the Epicenter. That with the Spirit Siphon. Terrorblade, nice Sunder gets off at the last second to take out Sand King, but it's not going to be enough. He will go down. The Exorcism doing plenty now to Dragonite, although Death Prophet, he is dying, but the Spirit Siphon, again, guess what? It's keeping him alive. The RP brings them both in. Clubbed up nice and perfectly for the team, and a triple kill for Burning when it's all said and done, and that's going to be Roshan on top of that, so IG, the biggest fight yet, goes in their favor.
I thought he was going to miss that RP. They were both on the very fringes. I'm like, why is he holding it? And then, you know, shame on me. He's perfect. Catches them both on the very max range. And Burning's going to jack this triple stack they set up, too. This is so bad for VG. The only kill they got that fight was the Sunder into, like, 2 hitting Sand.
Yeah, they got the Silencer at the beginning, too, but he did his job. I mean, he got the Global Silence off, so that's not really. Once he gets that off in a fight, you know, if you kill him, it's whatever.
Yeah. I have to wonder if they didn't have a Magnus, if Burning would have got a Mjolnir in this game. It's really good into the carries on VG. Getting that extra attack speed helps you stun lock them longer, and magic damage is so good against DK and Terrorblade.
Yeah.
So getting those Mjolnir procs can really just rip through what they had as their natural armor. Burning opts for the health talent. Usually we see trolls building so many stats and so defensive that they take the 40 damage.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He did go Mask and Madness first rather than the Vlads, which we used to see routinely, so that's a little less survivability, I guess you can argue, so maybe he's kind of concerned in that sense, but...
yeah, and I think a lot of it's just Diffusal instead of Scotty. Like, it was one or the other coming up next. Diffusal the more aggressive choice by far.
Is under attack.
And this lets him kind of frontline like OP. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, no, top secondary tower is just, it's going to drop. This is a very good push. I mean, Troll alone, of course, brings plenty, but now Death Prophet, she didn't even have Exorcism up there, but we've seen the duo of the abilities and the heroes that when they're both up on this tier 3 could be up here. That's going to start dropping quickly, so. That's Earthshaker, though, as well as Phoenix to Sunray them out. It's going to be a hard team to truly push against uphill at least.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. How well can VG stall with their tools? Their D-push tools are not fantastic, but they are passable. Fisher stops one wave, then you've got like Fade Bolt and Sunray to stop another. You can do it for a while, but your Terrorblade still has to be farming. If they force TB back to base, that's like the death knell of this game.
Yeah.
I love that word. Death knell. Great word.
Shadowblade just picked up by Magnus, meanwhile. Another tool for initiation and more combat presence, and the eventual Silver Edge could potentially be good.
Yeah, you had to get something after that Midas.
Another smoke gank coming up from IG, it looks like. Yep, the 4 of them. Magnus not included, but throws up the Empower to Burning. Now looking for that target. Just a matter of who. Middle lane, Dragonite. He's not going up too far, but even here, he's in trouble. Oh, yeah, they
so close to his BKB.
Yeah. Nope, not going to find him. He blinks away in time.
They might scout him with the word. Nah, didn't quite see him, but they know he didn't come back this way.
Oh, they see him now. Shockwave hits, and now he's in trouble. The Silence Demon comes out. There's a Burrow strike, and this is most likely a dead Dragonite being played by Ori here. Yep, accepts death at that point.
I love how the ping is so high on Chinese servers, I don't see when they die. It almost looks like they got recalled back to base or something.
Then it pops out a second later, yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They at least push in the top lane somewhat on the side of Vici Gaming, but ultimately losing their Dragonite core and now having a farm elsewhere on the map. And right now this map is, I guess it's not that dark. They do have the wards there at the top lane.
Far better than it could be at this stage in the game. And they are doing a good job at keeping the lanes out and trying to get some extra pressure and gold. That's the only reason this hasn't ballooned to about a 20k lead. But you gotta imagine IG with this last minute or so on this Aegis might try to knock on the door here. You got your Exorcism. Yeah, you have every tool available. I just feel like you have to if you're IG. But they are going to fall back and look for TB, who should be out.
Yeah, it's a TP. Magnus, though. Uh-oh. He's looking. Did he find him? Yeah, he just spotted him, I think. Terrorblade, though, going to try to get out. RP, no. He does get out in time. So whew, that was a scary moment for Terrorblade, but that Hurricane Pike saving him.
That was a cute force staff. If you ever played Run Bottom Run, he shot it over the wall, so he didn't break some of the trees jumping over the trees there. It's a cool little tactic. Got him into an awkward spot that took Mag too long to find.
Yes, guys, to see it being brought up, our next match on this stream is set to be EG versus Clutch Gamers, I believe it was. Yeah, EG versus Clutch Gamers. So obviously, got to make it through this one first. VG versus IG. Good one.
We'll get there. Calm down. Just calm down. We got a lot of Dota here.
Yeah, we do. I'm Bricky CPK, joined by Z-Rock here as your casters. Hopefully you're enjoying watching some fun Dota action here at the MDL. Just getting things started with the round-robin group stages. Top lane, Earthshaker getting out. Earthshaker's doing a fair amount of split push here.
Yeah, he went a Yules, which is going to help protect him against Global. Potentially stop the Sand King from catching him if he gets caught, but not really the tool you want to go on this kind of an Earthshaker. It's more of a product than necessity. The scan does clip him, so they do know he's here.
Yep, they're pinging. No, he's in the area still. No, you mentioned he has a Yules. He still has a TP. Okay, they definitely see him now. What are they going to use to get him is the question. He fissures. That's not going to be enough, though. It's just a matter of how long does it take.
Yeah, he's close.
That would have been pretty sick, but nah, he plays for newbie. Heyo. Seriously, though, Heyo's not in this game. Or it's How, I guess. I'm trying to work off
It's How. Good
but,
try.
No, again, I know more people tuning in. How is not playing here, as well as Chuan. They are both, we don't know if it's 100% permanent or whatever, but End and FY are playing in place of them here for this tournament.
Yeah. Technically not permanent yet. The tags in game still say they're stand-ins, but to be fair, every roster is going to shuffle after TI like always, so what does it really matter?
Yeah, Vici Gaming unfortunately coming up short in the qualifiers there for the Chinese region.
All right, so honestly, VG's starting to dig themselves back into this game. They didn't lose a tier 3 off that last Roche, which was huge for them. Their Terrorblade is still slowly progressing up the net worth ladder, working towards a Scotty. They're starting to get to the point where their lineup should do what it's meant to do. It's just, is it enough?
Yeah.
And that's going to be the true test of the Terrorblade, because personally, I don't think it is. I don't think TB's in a position to do these kind of things anymore. But, I mean, especially we see how utility the Dragon Knight went. He built Drums, Blink, BKB. That's not a high DPS mid laner.
Yeah, it's definitely more of that initiation style again. It really goes back to the just from the beginning, though. It felt like the strategy of Vici Gaming was just that 4-1, really build up the Terrorblade, and everyone else just kind of goes for the ganking presence here in this game, and then eventually Terrorblade takes over the game because it gets so big. But to be fair, I mean, the fact that this is a little bit closer than I almost would have expected it to be. I know it's a 10,000 net worth lead, but the way that things were starting, it seemed like this could have really snowballed out of control in favor of IG. But this Terrorblade, he's found some good farm. He's continuing to be second in the game here as far as net worth against Burning on the Troll with the Empower being buffed him on top of that.
In the next few minutes, though, we'll know if it's the miracle for VG or if it is as bad as it looks. I mean, Burning is essentially 6-slotted right now, and Roshan's coming back up shortly. So this will be the real test for VG.
Yeah.
And it's an early Roche spawn.
How much longer do we got? 13 more seconds. That's going to be up. Death Prophet, she went to BKB, still has a full 10 seconds. Going to be going Shiva's next, so just really continuing that that tanky trend here, and I believe that's even one item you were looking to see on her.
Absolutely huge this game. Just basically stacking armor. All you got to do at that point is not get Echo Slammed, and you're probably alive.
Yeah, Troll did get that blink. 4,000 gold saved up on top of that. He probably gets rid of the Mask of Madness, right? Like
more than likely.
Well, that for the
he's got to make a
butterfly
judgment call.
talking about.
I would say he's slotted well enough. I'd like to see Boots to travel next, just so he can move around the map a little more, and then maybe you start looking to slot stuff out.
Okay.
But yeah, the Boots of Travel are just so important with the way that TV's playing this game, and just letting him stop the TV split push and then still be with his team.
Wow, Rubik has Guardian Greaves. That's a big item pickup there against the Silencer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has Greaves. There's a Yule's up now on the Earthshaker, and I thought Phoenix was building Yule's, but ended up going for stuff. But they're getting ways to get rid of BKB or Global shortly, so we'll have to see if it matters. They're going to have all their tools. Like I said, their lineup is getting to the point it was developed to get to.
They found one target. That's Rubik right there. Should be a kill on him. Global Science not used just yet, so Rubik actually got out of there. That was a burrow strike away.
Global.
Yeah, and the Global comes way late by Silencer.
Lag.
And that, you know, I thought it went out initially, but yeah, it definitely didn't, and that allowed Rubik to steal and then get out with the burrow strike.
Stolen burrows are so fun. That instant burrow cast once you grab it. So good.
It's tough though, because I mean I get why he held it off, to be fair, because it's like it's a solo Rubik, right? Like you don't want to burn that necessarily just to kill the Rubik, but
the Fisher from the Earthshaker there just came up huge because it made it so if IG wanted that Rubik kill, they had to commit one big ult. It either had to be Global right away or RP or Trolls BKB. And they just didn't want to commit any of that with the Roche fight.
Big fight right here. The Echo Slam onto Magnus goes down. So does the Silencer. And now Troll Warlord, he's trying to fight for his life. Pops a shrine. He says, all right, bring it at me, bitches. The Supernova going off as well. But Troll Warlord will end up falling. Buyback from Magnus right there. He still has the RP, remember. Buyback control is ready. But without them really ready to fight here, it's not really going to be happening. Sand King just ports out.
What an epicenter.
Echo Slam there,
yeah. Echo Slam. Words are hard this late. That was huge. Caught two absolutely core members to IG and just took the mag out of the fight before it even started. This
they're still going. Troll buys back. Magnus RP is ready to go, remember. They pop the shrine very defensively right here. This is a big dive from Vici, though. They're going deep. Spirit Siphon and the Exorcism. It's up. Dragon Knight's going to fall. So does the Phoenix. And now they're in retreat mode. They went a little bit too deep. Burrow Strike is still ready for Rubik. Spirit Siphon on him, but the Burrow Strike should allow him to get away at least initially. He's not really going to get away in the end. He chose even not to use it. Just says, screw it. It's a lost cause. They lose 3. I mean, that did get a buyback on Magnus initially, and then even the Troll. So I still think Vici's happy, but not so much.
So with the way that fight started, I actually thought VG was going to take that fight too, and then XXS just came up with a huge three-man RP and managed to skewer them all way out of position in the base. That really was the only reason that fight went so well.
Yeah.
Great opening from him, just cracking that lineup open and pulling the right people into the back lines. Jeez, that could have been literally disaster for IG, but the way they went on that could have been game if that RP didn't connect like it did.
Magnus applies the Empower. Troll going right on the uphill. Dragonite, 10 seconds before he's going to be back up. No buyback, of course. There's the fortification. They at least want to get this tier 3 to open up shrines, but they're not going to let them have it for free. In fact, Echo Slam's up in about 20 seconds here. And it's enough to scare off IG with Dragonite resurrecting.
Yeah, just hold off till the ults now. The biggest thing was making sure that Burning got the Aegis, since he did have to buy back, but that's taken care of. You're fine to chill for a couple minutes. They just really need to push all their lanes out. They can't have TB splitting and then porting back to defend.
I cut two without
I think they're getting on that shortly here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Burning is looking to upgrade one of his items here. I'm not sure which one he's going to slot out for, but he does have a butterfly queued up.
Something we didn't really... Oh, sorry, go ahead. No, you first.
I think it has to be the SNY, but he finished it so late. He got the SNY after the BKB, after the Blink. It's just odd to spend the money on the Sange and then sell it less than 10 minutes later.
Yeah. I was going to mention Phoenix there, speaking of Troll even, but Phoenix with the Fire Spirits, the attack speed slow, it's safe to say that, I mean, that's pretty good against Troll, right?
If Troll doesn't have stacks up yet, yeah. I mean, it's good either way, for sure. It stops him from bashing, like chain bashing a lot. That's the nicest part. But he still hits like a truck, and he's still hitting plenty fast. And he can just BKB. But it is definitely a good deterrent. At least a way to try to force the BKB out. I really like the Supernova there around the Shrine when Burning hit the Shrine to try to survive. Maybe would have broken even till the end of his BKB if he kept beating on DK.
Yeah.
But once he started switching to the Egg, you don't get lifesteal off the Egg. So he just died.
Uh-oh. Is it lagged for you as well?
No, I'm fine.
God damn it.
And
Is my connection acting up again?
I should have just lied and said, yeah.
Made me look bad. Okay, it looks like we're caught up here on the server now. There
It's
we go.
Chinese, man. I've had games that are just unwatchable for no reason.
Yeah. I'll just keep blaming that.
Well, it's crossover on the clients because they're on their own different Dota, essentially.
Sir Shaker.
What is Yang doing?
He is going to get
Is he
out,
gonna
man.
stun?
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for the random burrow strike there from Baboka. Baboka. Why do I have trouble with that name? Boboka.
Boboka?
Boboka.
Boboka?
Baboka.
It's
Anyways.
however you want to say it, but you have to say it with an accent.
Boboka. All right, anyways, Terrorblade. Butterfly on him is just about finished as well. We talked about Troll Whirler getting it himself. Has that finished now? The
Yep.
Aegis still on him.
Yeah, that'll be big for TB. The biggest thing, though, Exorcism does still go through it, and they do have quite a bit of magic damage on this IG side. So we'll have to be kind of careful, but that might force Troll into an MKB or maybe a Bloodthorn. Is it Manta? Yeah, it's Manta. It's got to be MKB on Troll.
What does
Just
he get
feels
rid of
bad.
then for that?
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Diffusal? This is the problem when you start building too much towards the rest of your lineup. Like, he built all of this agility for the Empower, but as I said, I felt like Mjolnir would have been a better DPS choice, and now he's getting to the point where he has a bunch of these cheap items and he's having to slot them out. And, yeah, there's not a lot of upgrade paths for him.
Interesting that they gave him the cheese even with the Aegis. Death Prophet had it early. Oh, Death Prophet has... Okay, so they have two cheeses. That makes more sense then.
All the cheese.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you have a super farm core like Burning, giving him both is really nuts, because if he just swaps the cheese in as he's dying with the Aegis,
Yeah.
it's like 4 seconds to respawn, so if he lives 4 more seconds, he can cheese. So especially if you save your BKB, I would imagine if they want to try to end this game right now, or at least crack the base, they'll just run Burning in with the remnants of that Aegis and just press R on him, let him die, and then when he comes up, BKB cheese and fight. But they only have 30 seconds to do that. I don't think they're going to make it 20 seconds now.
Bottom lane,
Big
RP.
catch.
They committed to the Dragonite kill, and it is an easy kill as a result. So, yeah, definitely worth the RP, I think. Because that's no buyback either.
Yeah, you're fine blowing one ult on a core. It's going to help you crack the base open a little bit.
Now they're going in. Aegis just reclaimed as we hear right there. So you got to be a little bit careful about that double damage rune on Troll. They want to fight this Exorcism. Chipping in some damage. Going to be lifted up and harassed
Bring as
somewhat.
a DD. Just hit it.
Yeah. I mean, he even has a cheese now as well. So does that Death Prophet. The Spirit Siphon's up. Terrorblade has a Sunder, but he's silenced up currently. He's giving his distance. Just going to pop the Shrine and run away with the Manta style. There goes the Tier 3 tower, though. And now they're looking to turn on this Death Prophet. You got to be careful about this. Baboka still has that epicenter. Here comes the Echo Slam and hits the DP, but she has the cheese. She can't get it off in time. The lift is long enough. And Death Prophet will fall. I hear the A going off way back there, just to survive, it seems like, for Phoenix. Oh, coming in,
if they
actually.
catch burning
Okay.
here, this is actually big.
They are going to catch Burning. Can they finish the job? Yes, G's right. Yes, he does. Can he get his off in time? There we go. He pops
He's
it.
back
Nom, nom, nom. He says, all right, come fight me. BKB's popped. Magnus goes in, but he gets lifted immediately. And he'll die. So that's a sacrifice right there. But Magnus is dead now for 95 seconds. No buyback.
Yeah.
This
40
is...
seconds left on that cooldown.
Vichi's pushing here.
Meta's done, though. It's fairly difficult to track the base. Now all Trollesters run up in Whirling Axes. The DP buyback even, this should definitely scare them off.
Terrorblade still has that Sunder coming to play here. Both the cheeses were eaten, remember. Oh, no, actually, Death Prophet, yeah, he still has his.
DP still has his.
Yeah, it's a little too scary now. So not worth it. But they do get the buyback out of Death Prophet.
Man, that would have been close without the mag skewer there. Like, the Scotty on TB was just locking Burning down so well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're fake falling back, by the way. Echo Slam's not up, but...
This is scary. His buyback is up, and Echo's up when he buys, so...
Oh,
could be one of those disastrous buybacks from him again, like last time, where he gets 3 and VG's gets thrown on the back foot.
Yeah.
Base is now cracked. That's the big thing to mention. The IG did manage to open up the Tier 3, so that is going to open up Shrines, which makes the next roast borderline trivial.
This is a game, just when it feels like that IG is really starting to get ahead in this game. We've had like 3 instances this game. Early game, and then had a fight previously that they were pushing, they got stopped, and now this one that we just had happen right here. They can't really finish it, and maybe that goes back to the counter push in general that Vici has. That's making it pretty difficult, too, for IG to truly finish this game, and it's almost seeming like they could be hitting a brick wall coming up here. With this Terrorblade getting so fat now.
That's the hard part for them, is it's just getting to the point where Exorcism isn't as impactful as it could be. It's not really hitting buildings that hard. It's not taking down these 2 heroes that have a ton of base armor. And this, looking back, I mean, these are great counters to Death Prophet. They have TBS 38 armor, Dragon Knight has 37. So the Exorcism really just kind of tickling them at this point.
Yeah. There's the MKB on Troll. Terrorblade working on his own, though. So going to respond appropriately here. Earthshaker, I'm just waiting for the data list to come out. Now with the Shadow Blade. Freaking 2-second enchant totem cooldown as well, man. What does that make it? A 3-second cooldown? And he's already getting plus 50 damage as well.
That's when you go Ags. You can jump in.
Yeah, leaping on in.
In reality, you need the Lincoln or Lotus Orb just to take off the silence from Global.
Yeah.
Yules works, but by the time you're down from your Yules, it just feels crappy. Another super fast rush spawn, though, and IG scouts are right on the spawn.
Yep.
They can bait this.
They're going to smoke up. It seems like that they want to, but Vici, now, Vici, I wonder if they actually just think that they're doing Roshan right now. They just don't care, but...
Yeah, that's the idea. They hope that there would be someone from IG checking this, and they'd kill him right on this hill.
Oh, here we go. Dragon Knight, they jump in. Who's this over here? That's actually Baboka by himself. He's going to go down. Burning jumps in as well, but they already lost the Sand King. And now they need to be careful about fighting into this. Dragon Knight, though, the BKB's wearing off. Dragon Tail stun on a Troll Warlord right there. That Exorcism up from the Death Prophet. They're locking down the Troll Warlord. The Troll Warlord's going to fall. He has no buyback for just under 2 minutes right now. OP, she's by herself. She's isolated. This is a complete spread fight for IG. And Vici Gaming, that could be game. Exactly. Both of their hardcores are down for 100 seconds here.
Wow. What was Baboka doing? He just blinked into 4 and burrowed with no teammates able to come in. RP is still up.
That was sloppy Dota, man.
Troll's BKB was just kited out entirely. He got like 5 autos on the entire BKB. That's a disaster. This could be the end of it.
They're gonna put. They just pushed tier 4, right?
Yeah, I think you go to end here.
Because what can they do to stop you?
Well, they don't know that Troll's buyback is down.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they should test to try to force it. But sweeping a couple sets of racks is fine too.
At least 2. I mean, after this one though, you'd figure he would have bought back by now.
Yeah.
Like, are they really going to go for Megas here? Okay, I guess they are. Now, to be fair, they could just go for Megas and then finish the game anyways with Tier 4, so...
Oh, there's plenty of
There's
time.
still plenty of time, yeah. That's... I don't know. This is... VG Gaming, all the credit. They're going to go for an RP. The Epicenter as well. That's a wombo combo, but they just do not have the damage follow-up. Not surprising. A last-ditch effort, and that will 100% do it. GGs are called. VG Gaming takes out IG here in the round robin. A little bit of a surprise, you could say, especially running with a couple stand-ins once again.
Death Prophet doesn't scale very well. It's about all I'm going to say on that whole thing. Well, that and some very awkward misplays. But VG does manage to pull off that 4 Protect TV strat, and picks up an interesting game for sure.
Yeah. All right, so I want to make sure that we get in this next game, obviously, ASAP. So our next game, CG versus EG, will be happening very shortly here. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.